Hi, I'm Claudia Brown Coulter with Pivotal Peace. I'm your go-to mediator for navigating divorce while parenting children with special needs. I'm also a legal document assistant, LDA, based in the greater Los Angeles area. Today, let's talk about the narcissist, or maybe the person who presents as a narcissist, or somebody who has narcissistic tendencies. Let's talk about them in your mediation session, how you can protect yourself. When you go into a mediation with someone who you believe is exhibiting narcissistic tendencies, I want you to be very cautious. Until you sign and notarize paperwork for your divorce, nothing's official. And even if you sign and notarize it, if the court rejects your final agreement because of some technicality, that opens the door for your agreement to be changed. So be very, very, very cautious about agreeing to mediate and making agreements with someone who is presenting with these types of behaviors, because they may change their mind back and forth. I want you to be ready for that. Now, if you feel like, no, we're okay. I know the issues they're going to waffle on, and I know the issues they're not going to waffle on, and I still want to mediate, great. I just need you to have an informed decision-making process. So let's talk about some of these things that happen with someone who's exhibiting narcissistic tendencies, be that in mediation or wherever you're at. There's probably going to be some sort of gaslighting where they are going to convince you that your reality is not reality, that what is happening is not happening, that you are going bananas, bonkers, crazy. You have to hold on to reality and know what is happening. Don't let their word salad confuse you. They may blame shift the blame onto you because it is all your fault. They are not taking any responsibilities for their actions. In fact, the way they're acting is a response to you because you're causing this. You are the harmer, and you are harming them. And you are the abuser, and they are the victim. Then they may try to intimidate you. They may try to dominate the conversation, tell you that other people think that you're terrible, try to intimidate you, act like they are better than you, try to win the mediator over to their side, which honestly is kind of ridiculous because you make your own decisions on mediation, not the mediator. But I kind of get it though, because the mediator needs to not only be impartial, but appear impartial. You need to feel that mediator is impartial. Okay, so how do you do this? Number one, do your best to have strong boundaries. Don't tell the narcissist your boundaries. They're going to be like, oh, that's the line? Let me step on it. You want to, don't tell them. Just stay firm. Go into mediation with the game plan of these are the things we're going to talk about. This is what I'm not going to do. And I'm not going to let the other person do this in mediation. You can't control what they say, but you can control your reaction. I'm not going to let them see that they're getting to me. I'm not going to let them see that I'm upset. I'm not going to give in to their lies and their intimidation. Be clear with what you will and will not do. And also, don't let things drag on indefinitely. Keep the conversations going. Don't let them just, have a diatribe about everything that's wrong with the world and burn an hour of mediation time. 2, stay focused on the facts and the issues. Don't get caught up in the past. Don't get caught up in defending yourself. Really focus on why you are there, what you are talking about, and what the law says. This is a no-fault state. Whatever perceived slights you have against me, the court is not going to punish that. It's usually the other way around, though. The person with narcissistic tendencies is probably the one who lied, cheated, and stole, and not you. But the court is not going to punish that type of behavior. So you want to focus on the agenda. And when it comes to the facts, have documentation. Don't suppose anything. Pull that bank statement. Know what's in it so that you can talk dollars and cents. 3, control the flow of communication. It's really important, especially in the early days of your divorce, if you can avoid verbal conversations with somebody who is exhibiting narcissistic tendencies, it will actually be better for you. People like that will act in an outrageous manner in order to push your buttons. And no matter how long you stay calm, they will not stop pushing until you explode. And the moment you explode, they themselves will get very calm and maybe even pull out their phone and start recording you. At this point, you have lost all self-control and you look crazy. So now they have proof. It's subjective. It's not the whole truth. It's not complete proof, but they've got something on you. So if you don't have to talk to them in person, don't. If you have to talk to them in person, make sure it is very, very public. Use written forms of communication that don't require you to respond immediately. Even consider using co-parenting apps. But let me tell you what people like that do with these apps. These apps, if they've been court approved, then either one of you can order a PDF of your communication and have it be submitted to the judge. What you will see is that the person in these apps is different from this other person you know. The person that you know in public, the person that you know in text. This person is different. Their manner of writing is very different because they are trying to couch themselves as if they have a angelic halo over their head at all time, and there's angelic playing whenever they type. Because surely you come straight from hell and all the demons of hell are with you, but not them. They are an angel and God is on their side. See, Judge, look how nicely I put that request in there. And they didn't even answer. They were rude, blah, blah, blah. Just expect a different person, okay? And then respond accordingly. 4, be emotionally detached. When someone has narcissistic tendencies, they're going to go after the thing that matters the most to you. So the thing that matters the most to you, act like it doesn't. And the things that don't matter that much to you, act like they do. That timeshare is so important to you. You can't wait to take the kids there, and you don't mind, you just can't wait. You're just going to show off to the kids. It's going to be great. They're going to be so happy you got that into the divorce, right? You don't care about that. So you want to be detached. You also want to be detached from their opinion of you, what they are telling you others' opinions are of you. Well, I talked to them and they cannot believe you said that. They don't even know how you're still insert your favorite religion. They can't believe you did that to me. The translation is, no one likes you, everyone's against you, and everyone is on my side. They're lying because they haven't talked to all those people. And if they had, and all of those people are on their side and not yours, it's because they lied about you. So your job is to be like, F it. Doesn't matter what those people think about me. It's not my business anyway. That's another form of emotional detachment that'll get under their skin. Hey, boo-boo, your games are not working on me. 5, know your rights. Know your rights. You do not have to be coerced into a mediated agreement. You cannot mediate under duress. You are not supposed to mediate under duress or coercion. You are not supposed to sign any documentation and say, yes, this is an agreed upon agreement, because an agreed upon agreement. Well, you know what I'm trying to say. We agreed upon this. You can't do that under coercion. Oh, I didn't hold a gun to their head. There is intimidation. There are threats. There's nothing that I can actually put my finger on and point to. There's no actual evidence, but there's a history of abuse in this marriage. There is grooming, there is control, and now I don't know what you're going to do. So yeah, I feel coerced. This is why when you come to mediation, if at any point you feel like I can't make a decision, we can't make an agreement, I am uncomfortable with this, you can still go to court. You can request a hearing. Going to mediation does not prevent you from also seeing a judge. Okay, so you can try this path, and if it doesn't work out, you are still on the path to court. It's perfectly fine to have a judge make that decision. People who have narcissistic tendencies hate authority anyway. Let a judge decide if that's what you need to do. Tip 6. Be assertive about what you want, what you need, what is going to happen, what the process is going to be like, but also be flexible. This sounds like a contradiction, but sometimes the narcissist will surprise you. Narcissism exists on a spectrum. We are not... Who diagnoses narcissists? Psychologists? Psychiatrists? Well, whoever it is probably not you. It sure as heck ain't me. I don't have the power to diagnose anyone, so I'm never going to say so-and-so is a narcissist. And even if they are, it's a spectrum. So sometimes, though, they might actually come up with a good idea. Be open to it. Not everything that comes out of their mouth is a lie, is meant to hurt you, is destructive. Not everything. So be open to hearing from them. Eventually, they will mirror your good behavior because you will wear them down. You will wear them down because you're no longer providing supply. When you get really emotional, either positively or negatively, that is supply for them. If they don't get that from you, they're going to become conditioned to know that they're not going to get that from you. And eventually, they're going to move on to another target of blame. And they will become a bit more cooperative. So be flexible and remember, this is a long game. Divorce is a long game, and I don't mean it needs to take a long time. What I mean by the long game is you're looking at the rest of your life. It is very tempting to just get divorced as quickly as possible. Let me just give them what they want so they can get out of my life. You're looking at the long game. Will you look back on this period of time and how you behaved during this divorce and what you gave up, what you shouldn't have given up because they were putting too much pressure on you and you didn't get legal representation, you didn't go to court. You want to have a long game in mind, but also be flexible. It might be that, hey, you know what? A, B, and C are really important to me, but if I get A and B and C is not exactly what I want or need, it's okay because A and B are more important. You really have to strategize. This is where working with a divorce coach can help you determine what is really important for you and what is really important to you, and then strategize your approach in a mediation session, or maybe it's a settlement conference in an attorney's office, how you're going to negotiate. A coach can really help you wrap your mind around that and your emotions so that you can have an approach that becomes a conundrum for the narcissist. I think that's the right thing. Yeah, it's kind of a conundrum. They're discombobulated because you're not acting to their things that you used to act on. You're not, their old tricks aren't working anymore. 9, I need you to practice and focus on your own emotional well-being, if you sleep well and eat well, you are going to be able to handle the emotional ups and downs. If you're a parent, we all know that moment where you are so tired and worn down, you either A, give your kid whatever they want, or B, scream and yell at them. There's like no nuance. There's no in between. And that's what a mediation session is going to be like if you're not taken care of. So you have to take care of yourself. Your person in your life who is exhibiting narcissistic tendencies did not take care of you. You are emotionally depleted. It has to end now. You have to start taking care of yourself now. Because you will be in a better mental position to know how to hold your ground and how to be a little more flexible. But it starts with you taking care of yourself. Okay, so to sum up, yes, absolutely, you can negotiate and mediate with someone that you think might be a narcissist, but I really want you to be prepared that if you reach an agreement, they might change their mind. You may have wasted time and money because they didn't get what they wanted, and so they're going to withhold their signature. It may be inevitable that you're going to go to court, but hear this. It's also likely that you can agree on some issues and you only need to take a few issues to the court. Regardless of where this person falls in the spectrum, what your issues and needs are, the state of your divorce, your relationship, how contentious it is, regardless of all of that, if you focus on yourself, it's not narcissistic to focus on yourself. If you focus on your emotional well-being, you will be able to weather the narcissistic storm. You will be able to get through this divorce. And here's a piece of advice you are not going to hear in very many places other than this channel and maybe a couple others. If someone paints himself into a corner, they are going to fight to get out of the corner. So if the person who is a narcissist in your life has painted themselves into a corner, paint them a way out. Give them a way out. You do not need them to fight you. You do not need to be the target of their blame. Paint a way out for them. I know you can do it. You can figure out what that looks like. If you need recommendations for coaching, I can provide recommendations for you. You will weather the storm, you will get through it, and your life is going to be so much sweeter.